Okay, hey, hi, how is it going? It's me, Evan, and welcome to the third interview of this channel where we will be interviewing Danny Handoko. And if you haven't already, do check out the previous interview at the top right corner. Hello, Evan, and thank you for accepting this interview.
Yep, nice to meet you.
Okay, firstly, I want to thank you for assisting in the previous two interviews. Now I am interviewing my video assistant. And yeah, my earliest memory of you is similar to that of Ronald at SMU.
Yeah.
So you were the one who said that, oh, have you met Ronald out there? So, it was quite shocking that time. Then I remember I was very, very impressed with your Jesus carrying the cross model. I love that one a lot. I love the topic selection as well as the shaping of this curly hair to make it look masculine. Yeah, could you briefly describe the model?
So actually, right, the Jesus, I name it carry the cross. It's the goal that I have when I started designing origami.
Goal?
What
do you mean?
So when I just started design origami, I have in mind, wow, I think I want to design this like Jesus carrying the cross because no one designed that before.
Yes,
right?
yes, okay.
I think Quentin has done the crucifix.
Yes.
Also, some people do another, but not many people design the one carrying the cross. So I want to design that. So it takes me. So I started designing maybe in 2010, and then it took me a few years, maybe like 4 years to 5 maybe. Yeah, 5 years to finally have the capability to design the models.
Okay, complexity, right?
Yeah, you're right. Structurally, it's a very quite simple model. It's formed by putting 4 bird bases together and then just add additional grafting for the fingers. And there you go, you have the model. So that's very simple, right? You can imagine how the CP looks like if I explain.
Yeah, I remember that time I did see the CP, but for me at that point in time, I haven't started designing, so it's like, wow, origami can be like that, so that helped to break the mental reality box.
So yeah, that's also how I started designing, right? I see Tamiya versus Miyamoto Chuya. I still remember that. And then during the TV Champion, it's a TV Champion series. I remember, right now still remember how Miyamoto Chuya designed the lionfish.
Okay.
I still remember it still today. I think that's still one of the major inspiration.
Okay.
And then look at him fighting Satoshi Kamiya, designing one diorama. Yeah, that's really cool. It's also like opening your mind, like, what?
Okay, you were saying that after designing model, you stopped origami for 1.5 years. Yeah, what happened during that time, and how do you come back?
Everyone got the goal like milestone in life, right? You want to do that. So this origami Jesus is one of my goals. Then once I finish it, then then I have designed this. Then I am sure I can design anything else.
Oh,
but I have made my goal, so I take some break.
Okay.
So during that time,
it's quite a long break.
I took like 1.5 years doing a very minimum origami. I remember I only fold a little bit for Indonesian convention, but that's it. There are not many activities during that time. So if you see my pattern, right, practically sometimes I active for 2 to 3 years and then take a break for 1.5 years, and then active again for 2.5 years and then deactivate for a while. Which is actually also good. You get inspiration from other things. You do a lot of things, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
you get inspired. You see the other kind of art, then maybe I can design origami, something like that. So when you come back again, you start fresh.
Yeah, so this, you were saying the Jesus model, you were using elephant hide and then you use watercolor to make it resemble a statue, right? So how did you make that decision?
Oh yeah, if you see the model is organic models, of course there's a wooden there. And you cannot, if I just use one color, it's a little bit hard to know what is this model about. So I want to simulate the, when I go to church, right, there's a lot of like statues. So I want to simulate how to make the origami looks like that statue.
The marble kind of look.
Yeah, marble kind of look, like faded color. So I think that's why I use the watercolor to overpaint the origami models. So you can see some of my models. If I want to imitate something, I try my best to imitate. If you want to make realism, you want to make as realistic as possible. So for example, this vampire speed is I painted it red with kansai, so it's something like Japanese watercolor. So I like the final result because it's like very shocking red color. I think if you fold from other paper, for example, this red color, it does not show the same redness. So yeah, I'm very specific when it comes to the final result of the models.
But not so much to the point whereby you you paint in the color change, right?
No.
So it's like the Jesus model. It's not a color change, so it's just like you're just giving it a marble look.
Yes, you're right. Because I used like, maybe 3 colors there, so it's impossible to do the color change. Why I'm using watercolor also because I'm using elephant hide. Due to I want to have the curl. So elephant hide is really good if you want to make curly origami models because it doesn't expand that much. It sticks to the creases that you make. The good thing, it looks cool. It looks very similar to the result that I want.
Okay, I understand you have roots in Indonesia. So tell us, how do you end up in Singapore?
So I was born in Palembang, Indonesia. My sister's previously, she's the one studying in Singapore first, and then my second sister, and then it's my third, right? But I'm not from the well-off family. I take loan to study in Singapore. Maybe the amount of cash that you need to pay a semester, maybe 1,000 or less Singapore dollar, which is very low lah. So that's how I ended up Singapore. There's a funny story why I'm going to Singapore. Me and my siblings did a IQ check, personality check with some psychiatry, something like that, right? Psychologist, right? The psychologist told me that I'm not suitable in Indonesia. I'm more suitable in other country,
Okay.
Singapore.
So which psychologist is this? From where?
From my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, because the reason is like I trust other people easily. So the people in Indonesia, you cannot like easily trust people there. So yeah, so my parents like freaked out. She doesn't want to go to like the capital Jakarta, then become like some jackass, So that's why she have money or don't have money. I want to bring my son to Singapore. I think that's what motivates her more.
Okay. So at what age did you come over to Singapore?
I still remember the date. It's like 19 April 2012. So I come there. 1 month before that, I actually emailed Francis about the meetup and about the buying papers. Yeah, he kindly replied me with, where you usually buy papers in Singapore.
So you already kind of did your homework. You go and see who is in Singapore. You go and connect with them and all that.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. During that time, there are not many origami models.
Okay.
So whatever resource that you can have, you should usually remember the name. So during that time, the one that is quite famous from Singapore is Francis and Donald Ko. Yeah, so from there I know that I'm going to study Singapore. I researched a little bit what's going on there. Too bad that I missed the 2008 exhibition, the OSMI, right? But yeah, so
OSMI was 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed 2 years old. Still too young. Yeah.
So how did your relationship begin with the local origami artists more than a decade ago?
Imagine, right? My English is not that good. I imagine if I take IELTS, maybe my score is like 5 points lower than when I just came to Singapore. So when I first come to the Singapore Origami Meetup, I think it's every 4th week of a month in the Toa Payoh library.
Yeah, the 4th Sunday.
Yeah, 4th Sunday. Then first time I go there, I see Linford folding a pahamut.
Yeah.
Like really nicely. If you don't know, like
I remember that one.
Linford is a Singapore origami group member. Like he can put MC to the origami model so that it's like super hard. So it's more like sculpture than origami. Then me being an Indonesian kid, I don't know about MC stuff, and look at it. Wow, then imposter syndrome. I don't think I feel I don't belong there. Then I go to the normal place, like all the people who learn origami. Then I open just my class first book that I take there. Then I just fold. I still remember I fold a penguin. Then lucky enough, like Rita recognized me. So you remember Rita, right?
Yeah.
She bring me to the master class group. And
how did she recognize you? Like how did she know that you fold advanced things?
Because I fought the Lafos people there, maybe fought the traditional models only. Right?
Okay.
Then she bring me there. Then that's where I start to talk to Will, to other locals. I remember on my first day there's a Will locals. I don't think I met Mr. Ko on the day, but during that day it's really like, okay, so I know these people and that people. Will is really nice. He's very encouraging you to design origami, right? Yeah, from there, then for 2 years I never miss the meeting. I try to design and bring new design every month. That's what my motivation is. Even though my knowledge of design model is very limited during that time. Yeah, it's really good if you, let's say, I want to try to design one model a month. Then you can see how you have grown. Even until today, I see like compare even my models right now compared to 3 months ago, it's very different.
How was your childhood like back in Indonesia?
I don't think it's like Singaporean kids. So people in Indonesia do have a lot of free time. So I have a lot of free time, and what I have back then is like pen and paper, so I like to draw and stuff. So last time I like to play Dota. So during my secondary, so I spent a lot of time designing a character. So can you imagine that from there on, I studied game design and I worked in game design before and released a game. Yeah, but I moved to marketing. I was lucky enough, my parents is quite supportive. She bring me to a lot of classes. So she bring me to the animation classes, like 3D modeling classes.
Wow, nice.
It's very easy for me to learn new tools or new skills because I was exposed to many things.
So how do you, from all these activities, how do you like chance upon origami?
I know about origami, the complex level origami at 2010, I think. So that's why I watched the TV Champion, the one that I mentioned before, about Kamiya, Miyamoto Chuya, and those are the Japanese gods, right? So from there on, I start focusing more on origami. So yeah, it's not like other people. So you see like Ronaldo, you yourself, and Jason start origami at a very young age.
Yeah, yes.
So I don't have. There's also not many resources there.
In Indonesia.
Yeah,
Okay.
I only know about internet maybe like my own in my secondary school. Quite late actually.
Yeah.
Maybe late in my primary, but nobody knows that you can use internet to learn origami, right, or learn new stuff. During my time back then, people only know about internet to play games.
All the way back then was, I think internet also wasn't, they didn't have too much information yet.
You're right, a lot of homemade,
Yes.
homemade website, homemade videos.
Yes. Then from then, how do you start to design? Like what prompted you to, hey, I need to design something?
During my tuition, right, I was like very inattentive. So I fold using 7.5 centimeter paper from my sister. She gave me from Daiso, Singapore. I just try to fold. Oh, I remember preliminary base. Then I just try. Oh, maybe I can fold randomly and design something. So on that day, I designed a two-headed dinosaur from preliminary base.
Wow.
Then from there on, oh man, I can design stuff by free folding. So I started origami not by. I don't know about the origami design secret. I don't know about that. I don't know about all the resources. I just thought, oh, if I go for anyhow, it can be anyhow. So actually, from 2 weeks after that, only from 1 week, right? I designed 20 models just from 7.5 cm paper.
They just fiddle and it
Yeah.
becomes fun.
It becomes fun.
Okay.
So this one, what can it be? So I remember like there's a cobra monster with a weapon. Then maybe something else. Yeah, that's the fun stuff because I started with like free folding, so it's like
That's very unique, very interesting. Not like you started off with books. It's just very traditional, very the usual way of doing things, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh.
Because the motivation is like, I'm not really motivated in folding other people's models. It's good if I can, but I'm really motivated to design my own origami models. From the start, I want to design my own by watching that, right? I want to design my own because the end goal, I want to design that Jesus way across. So yeah, keep designing. There are a lot of try and error. There are a lot of fails. I think I already folded more than thousands of papers, definitely, right?
Definitely.
Within a very short span of time.
Okay. So what do you do currently?
Currently, I'm working at a MNC company as a marketing technologist. You can say that. So it's creating a system related to marketing. You can say like email system, unsubscribe system, some planning email, making it to be a standard, like comply to the standard from other countries, you know.
Okay.
And then also planning on the data, how it flows. But interestingly, right, I got my first marketing job with the help of origami. I even get any job that I get mostly is from origami, somehow related to origami. I remember when I interviewed the boss last time in the previous company, he don't remember me what I worked before. What he just remember is the origami that I did.
Special thing that stand out.
Yes. So I get a lot of like luck from the origami itself, you know. Most of you who doing origami, you also know that it helps on your personal branding. Imagine when other people talk about origami, they will remember you. I'm sure that. So it'll be a benefit when people remember you when you're talking about like getting a jobs, getting a commissions for origami and other stuff, right?
Yes.
The perception of other people, oh, this guy must be smart. when you do origami, oh, this guy must be so patient and smart. Which I don't think it's wrong. If you take a look, the people that we know in origami, mostly like they're smart people, right? Hung goes to MIT, Jason, Ronald. Yeah, a lot of crazy smart people in origami. It's easier to find smarter people in origami compared to other hobbies.
Or rather, origami makes you smart.
Yeah, we should look for the correlation for both. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh? So talking about commission, so I remember that we worked together on a commission project in origami. How do you start commissioning, and what advice do you give to people when it comes to pricing?
I remember my first commission, right? It's by my diploma lecturer. He asked me to make from cartoon, like 2D pic, QT pic, something like that. Then it took me 1 month to design that. Interestingly, it's from 22.5 design.
Oh.
And the CP is quite complex for that time actually.
Okay.
So during that time, I don't know how to price the origami models, right? So I just based on what I need. During that time, my shoe broke, and as a broke ass student, the cheapest shoe that you can get maybe H&M can't fetch you. So that's $20. So I charged him $20.
Okay.
So apparently 2 years later, right, he told me, I think you undercharged me. Then I said, yes, I undercharged you. Yeah, but in general, it's very hard to get money from origami if you are designing, because designing process is different for other people, right? But it can take many hours. You can imagine yourself designing the duck feather. It can take you easily 20 hours for that. Then how much? Let's say if you say $10 per hour times 20 hours, $200. But some people don't want to pay for that.
Yes.
People perception is very different when it comes to origami, right? But it's quite different when you go for corporate. So when you sell to company, so I did some commission with HDB, some hotels for branding. Then you can charge more because there are more back and forth. It's more of like I design what you want. It's not like I just make anyhow, right? So there's a back and forth. There's not many competitors. You can charge maybe 2 times, maybe 5 times more than what you normally charge by people like a friend asking you to design something. Very, very important, the lesson that we learned when doing the commission, use a good enough paper. I think so last time me and Evan had a commission where we designed
Eagle with live boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eagle. So the Eagle was not exactly commission. Is like, okay, we agreed on that this is going to be somebody else's model. The person likes that Eagle. You're just going to pay for the effort. So it's made very clear that, okay, this is not my work. Okay, so it's just the muscle in that effort. So but the live boy was designed by Ivan. So could you share?
Oh yeah, it's just a very simple box split that have a color change, 4 color change. Orange, white, orange, white, orange, white. Yeah. And then just roll them together. It's very simple stuff. Yeah, but too bad that I think we can do better if we use elephant hide there. Much better, because people perception with especially when using craft paper, right? People think it's like, oh, it's a throwaway, it's a, let's say, like recycle or something like. Hey, it's not really expensive, right? It's not luxury, yeah. So commission like that, it's either you hand paint that, there's some texture to it to make it look like more sculpture. You can or you use the elephant hide to make it more like sculpture. So make the people perceive it as not paper. So with that you can
as a more like luxurious item, and also I think it also depends on because it's like commission project, so it goes back and forth, and the person must also agree with the price. So I think that time also there was this part whereby we did pitch that we want to use a more expensive paper. So and it's a mass. It's a mass scale project. It's like going to be like 20 eagles, each carrying one live. So that's 20 eagles and 20 live boys. Or is it 30? Around there it's like 20.
I still remember.
Yeah, so it's quite horrible. So if each piece is going to be very expensive, then total is going to be off budget. So things like that also has to be into consideration.
One very important part when you start commissioning for a project, maybe from corporate, maybe company want to engage with your origami, right? Make it like you're selling a game with the LC on top of that. You get what I mean? So so when they ask me, for example, designing maybe, can you design a tiger? First I ask you, hey, what is it for? Once you know it's for branding or it's for sculpture. If they say for sculpture, then I say, hey, actually I can design 2. One for the sculpture and one for you to teach other people, right? So they are more interested because there's an opportunity for them to create the event in the hotel, for example, right? The sculpture can be just a sculpture. So with that itself, you already have 2. And then by teaching this origami, I can ask them, do you want the photo diagram, 2D diagram for a video. I would recommend having the diagram and the video that people can watch from your hotel, so that if they don't know, there's a hands like folding on top that I can create both for you. So the price for each is this. Then on top of that, they can say, do you want me to give you example or extra training to your employees so that they can help and teach other people in the place? So with that, you have like five levels.
Yeah.
And then the good part that it's not all in one, right? They can
Customize.
They can customize. They can start with the low first. If they like it, then can get the other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Upsell
So
works.
it's a marketing expert here. So with all this, how do you juggle school or work with your origami?
I think it's harder to juggle relationship with origami.
It depends, like.
Yeah, it depends on the person you're dating with, right? So I explained before, my school is not a prestigious school as it's not like him. There are a lot of free times. Whenever I go by maybe public transport, buses, MRT, I always carry a piece of paper there and just drink a free food.
Just like your old times, just let your mind run wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Sometimes you have a lot of concept in mind. Yeah, mostly I do it in the free time. Then after the work is done, then I have a lot of time actually. Yeah, I don't go out a lot with my friends, so I have a lot of empty time. With that, you already have a lot of time actually. But you need the goal. I think it's good to, let's say, set yourself, oh, I want to design something like this. That's why joining competition is quite good actually. Because every month there's a team, you can design something. Then
On
you
Discord,
can, yeah. So you can try to put yourself on that line so that you're not wandering off around. I think most likely you'll set a time if you want to join a competition. Roughly, I only put maybe like half an hour to 1.5 hours a day. That's not a lot.
Not a lot, yeah. But I think cumulatively helps to build the strength in the mind, most importantly, right?
Yeah. And most of the time it's more like I want, let's say if I don't fold origami, maybe my mind like talking, hey, what if you do this in origami plus that? So one of my recent design is like from 15 degree. It's like I designed a turtle with the pyramid as a shell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have pictures of that? That sounds quite foreign to me.
No, the draft I just happy with the draft. Just yesterday evening.
Oh, okay.
So can you imagine, right? Yesterday I went to gym. Then I solved the problem that I have.
Okay.
Then I don't go exercise there. I stand in front of the gym and then I fold to really okay. Just folding in front of the gym.
So your intention to
15 minutes
that day going up was to exercise, but you suddenly thought of an idea.
I thought an idea. Then during my way there, it's like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, I don't want to miss this timing, so I was in the zone, standing, folding in the street.
Okay, that's quite funny.
For like 15 minutes. Then okay, I'm satisfied. Then I go exercise.
Okay, you want to like succeed, you need to have some kind of a bit of obsession, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Who are your biggest influences in your origami life, and what lessons did these people teach you?
So there are a lot of people that helped me during my origami way. So I have mentioned to you a lot of names. My inspiration, of course, Satoshi Kamiya and Chuya. Then, of course, Ronaldo. He helped me to see what is good design and bad design because I bring my origami there every month, right, during the Singapore meeting. So I asked him for the feedback. So that's why I know, designing models is about the shaping needs to be like organically correct. Should not be static. Should be in a certain pose, and then weight distribution. And then if let's say your model just like have some like very weird, maybe the proportions, just say it out, which is good. Not many people can help with that. I met Jason Koo, I think 10 years ago when he visited Singapore. So during that time also, he's the one that introduced me how to calculate 22.5 or square root to proportions, right? Then after that I learned that I can design a 22.5 with this method. Yeah, but I only used it 2017 because during that time also, the one that inspires me is a lot of like Maurice models.
Wow.
I think like before when I just started origami, maybe 2010, most origami models is made only from polygons, like bird base plus bird base plus fish base, or fish base plus box split, right? It's very direct, right? And then when you see the Maurice city, is like,
comes from where?
What? What is this?
What is going on?
So that thing is practically after I folded many times, right? Majority comes from swivel fold.
Okay, yeah.
And the aim is not the aim is not only like if you do box split, you want to make this length 3 box, and like 3 unit 4 unit, 6 unit. But for them, it's not only the unit that matters. It's the texture, the lines on top of it. You know.
Okay.
I can give example. For example, this crab, right? If it looks worse, much worse, if there's a line here. If there's a fold, I mean like if there's a fold, something like that. If there's a layer on top of this, that crossing this.
Yes. Okay.
So what 22.5 does actually mainly is like solving problems. So you know, oh, there's a problem, how do I fix that? So that's the solution. Yeah, so practically there's always the intention behind how they do it. Usually it starts from the polygon, like but base or something, and then it's transformed by swivel fold, pleating, or even like unsync. A lot of folds that can form another method. So that's what I learned from my absence that I'm doing a lot of free fold with 22.5.
So many folders also practice other disciplines other than origami, like painting, photography, martial arts. Is it the same for you?
I joined fire. So I was into music when I was off during COVID time. I was off for I think 1.5 years. I remember my last
Your break times are always 1.5 years.
My last post is like the Phoenix
Kusudama,
right?
Yes.
Then after that, I mentioned that I'm going to off for a while. Then I do a lot of music, so I learn guitar, electric guitar, bass, finger drum. If you see my personal Instagram, there are some compilation I made. So that's how far I become. But too bad right now I want to move to Australia. I need to sell off all of my stuff there. But
will you continue over there?
I think my personality does not suit music much, although I like it.
Okay.
So if you see instruments, right, you need to practice every day. If not, you don't have the skill, you know. But origami, you don't practice, but you still can have the skill, you know. Once you know it, you can fold it nice. Of course, your folding will not be as precise, but it's not damaging as you are not practicing your instrument. So me being like on and off, I think I guess origami fits me better because it's like, oh yeah. Got idea, just fold. No idea, if you don't fold, it doesn't matter, you know. It's just like, but it's also good for me. It's the other thing is like people already know me for my origami. Why do I want to transform to, let's say, other things? You know, I think I just play around with that, with the origami.
Like you say, a personal branding, your image, right? People know you for that.
Correct. Yeah.
So what's your next goal in your origami discipline?
There's a short-term goal and long-term goal. The short-term goal for me is to put up my website. I use the origami as for me my own to practice my marketing skill. How to set up your own website, make it work. Maybe have some paywall there so you know, then you can get more commissions hopefully, right? And in the website, I think I'm going to post more of the origami that I don't post yet, or I miss, or not many people know. For example, this cactus was designed in 2015. And no, 2018 I believe. Yeah, I haven't taken a photo of it, but I will take some photo later. So I want to put more on my design thoughts, maybe a little bit there. I'm not sure if the design thoughts and how to design it should be paywall or not, but I don't think so. Maybe how to fold it, yes.
Okay, I understand.
So this one maybe, I'm not sure for cactus, should it be like, oh yeah, you fill up the subscription, email subscription, and then you can get a free diagram. Maybe it suits for that because it's very simple, right? Yeah, let's see how that's the short term. For long term, not in long term, I want to, some of you know, I'm currently working on a book about origami with 15 degrees, 30 degrees, and 60 degrees, right? So you can see here, there are three of them. One is the tortoise beetle, the crab here, and the alpaca there. The idea actually starts from the alpaca. So because my fiance really likes alpaca, when I asked her, hey, do you want any origami design? Then she said like, oh, can you design alpaca? Then it's not started with the head. It started with the butt.
Okay.
It's just this part, right? That I see. Oh, okay, this looks like alpaca. I'm not planning to design any alpaca, you know, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this can be alpaca. Then everything comes along the way. It folded itself. It comes like this.
It's how convenient.
Yeah, so the long term is I'm trying to finishing this book.
Of how to design using 15 and 30 degrees.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Right.
I'm writing about 30 degrees in my 30. So I become 30 this July, next July.
Okay.
So hopefully I release when I was 30. So it's like a
just
good
nice,
fun.
right? Yes.
Yeah, I've talked about to Nicholas Terry about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's interested with the idea. So yeah, I will write about how to design 30 models, and there are a lot of features and properties that are very interesting.
Hmm.
For example, for 30 degrees, you can access a third folding very easily.
A third?
Yeah. So I using my paper right now. I give an example.
So we have hold on a sec. So you have this, right? So this is 60 degree angle.
So this is a 60-degree angle, right?
Mhm.
So this is the line. This is the bottom part, right?
Okay.
When you fold from here to here, you get half, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you divide this into half, this is a third.
Okay.
Yeah, so this itself has a lot of like flexibility if you want to make like half box split with this method. Yeah,
Half box split with 30 degrees.
yeah, it's practically like simpler form of hex split.
Okay.
Yeah, because with 60 you form a hex split lah practically. But my design is not like Robert Lang's hex split. This is much simpler. Maybe I only use like 4x4 hex split. I don't want to waste a lot of time by folding a grid.
Hmm.
So that's why you see most of my models is from.
Agreed.
It's not really feasible. Like, even if I'm using grid, I only use it as minimal as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to simplify, right? Yeah, you have many of your models, like for example this one that is like not shown anywhere. Will you consider on the topic of books? Will you consider making a book of all your creations?
The next book itself, the about 30 degrees, 50 degrees, is already about my creations. I would be more happy if it's about my findings, new findings in the world of origami, right? So that's why I really dig into 15, 30, and 60. 15 is very chaotic. 15. Yeah, I really dig into that so that I can like influence not only my works. I think influencing in the how to design something is much more fulfilling for me at least.
So it's gonna be like something like the origamics that you teach some models, and also you teach like the thinking process behind it, the principle of how things work.
Yes, you're right.
Nice.
And not only in terms of method, but also the way how you think of this when designing models, right? I think it's really helped me that I learn game design. So in game design, you learn two things very important: world design and character design. Any advice for a designer out there? If you want to make it realistic, make it as realistic as possible. If you want to be iconic, make it as iconic as possible, you know? So you see the alpaca there, it's really like company logo alpaca, just like there, right? Because it's intentional.
Okay.
You can see the leg is just like pointy triangle. If I change this into like something like realistic, it does not fit the current thing, you know? So imagine when you design something, imagine them in the certain thing. You can make things more fun. That's why I designed the pyramid turtle. That will explain about character design. The crab also, right? It started with me recognizing this hexagon, and I think, oh, I can make a crab out of it. Yeah, at the end, I want to make a crab that's not realistic. Make it as fun as possible. So that's why you see there's a face, like very sad face. And I try my best to make it more like. For this, I think the inspiration is pop art. So you know, like pop art, they have like designer toys and stuff. So that's the inspiration for this. That's why I make it like as smooth as possible. Like
A lot of creases going across, right?
not many creases going around. Just very direct models.
So which of your models are you proudest of, and why?
I've been thinking about this, right? I'm quite proud with the Jesus, because that's where I started and I accomplished it. I think one of that is the crab. So this really explains how I design origami models. So you know, I started with free folding. This crab, can you believe it or not, created from free folding. And how I design it is by me recognizing only this part, only the maybe like one possible claw and the body. I folded this crab during my visit to a physio after surgery of my leg.
Oh, okay.
Then I told the doctor, hey, I think I can design a crab from this.
You told your doctor that?
Yeah, I think this one can be a crab. Wow, you can lah. Okay. Then on the way home, at the bus, I thought, oh, okay. Apparently, just coincidentally, it's really good that from this side you can fit 4 of the crab legs, which is nice. You cannot do that with other angles. So this is a specialty of this 15 and 60 degree. So yeah, so that's where it comes for the crab. And the good thing is that I'm able, this can be diagrammed easily, and this can be a good step for people to know what design that I will be focusing on next. You know, yeah, I like it. And it's one of the most folded models in the book.
Yes.
I'm quite happy with that. You know, there are not many times, right?
Kantedan submission, right? So
Yes.
there's so many people who folded the crab.
Yes, correct. I was very happy with everyone that's folded the models, right? Thank you for trying. Even before that, like maybe I think Cordelis asked me about the CP. I give him the CP, then he folded it.
Yes.
I was very happy. Like a lot of people.
It shows that this creation, it catches the attention and people want to go on this journey with you.
Yeah. So let's go to the 15-30 degrees journey later. Maybe after I design the book.
Yeah, so we are talking about this Phoenix Kusudama just now. So it's one of your newer designs in recent years that I really take a special liking to because I pay special attention to topics that are not that are pretty untouched or rarely chosen. So in this case, the Kusudama has uneven lengths and probably the first of its kind. Could you like tell us more about it?
Yeah. So it's just like come to my mind like, hey, what if Kusudama has a different length from each point? I think I explained on my Facebook that I prototyped it with 3D Max. So as I explained to you earlier, I learned about 3D modeling. So I used that application to create how it looks like. So it looks pretty good. It looks like fire ink, you know. So that's why I can, okay, let's try to find how to design this. Practically when you do a Kusudama, right, it's usually a radial symmetry. So when you rotate it, it looks the same. But for this, because you know, this will be this part of the spike, and this will be that part of the spike. So I want to make it like as modular as possible. I cheat a lot. I mean, practically like I use glue for that. It's
to hold the structure together.
Yeah, technically it can hold. There's a pocket and the lock.
There's a flap to go into a certain pocket.
Yes.
I think there's no like locking mechanism, right?
There is, but it's very flimsy. So I think if I focus on it more, I think I can make a better version of it. This is just to satisfy what I want to try to achieve. What if you do this? Then you try it. Then
achieve that hypothesis first, right? Like, okay, you clear the goal, then you go and get better inspiration and better solutions for it afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
At first I thought when I just finished that, right, I think, this is the untouched zone. What if it's not only triangle? The triangle itself is not even. You can really make like Kusudama look like a what if. That's another idea that I have. Then I think again, do I want to fold this in the foreseeable future? I can take the zone, nobody does that, I can start that and popularize that kind of method in origami, but I don't think I will be happy doing that. So I just do one for scenario, fold one, put there, and that's it.
Yeah, do you do like diagrams for this one, or to show? Can you customize like there are more long spikes and there are some short spikes? How many long spikes you want? How many short spikes you want? Is it customizable?
Yes, I think it's possible. Working on the diagram for this, I think we only take maybe 30 steps for all spikes. It's very direct. That's why I say it's just proof of concept, right? But because the lock is not good, so that's why I don't go for diagramming. Maybe in the future. You know?
Yeah, I don't mind folding.
Yeah, maybe I'll find a way how to make it with a better lock. Good one. Maybe after I designing this, I may touching that a little bit more.
Yeah, so what are your hardest moments in all your origami journey?
Everyone's hardest moments is always be no motivation in origami. But it's okay, guys, so when you don't have motivation, just do other things. It gives you some sort of inspirations when you go back to origami.
I mean, when you say no motivation, like, it doesn't mean like no inspiration or no drive or you just a bit like fatigued.
It's a mix of both. But if I think again, right, having no friends, you don't want to communicate with for origami is the worst, I think.
Okay.
Let's say if there's no Singapore community, I will not be like I am today. You will not be like you are today. There's no, let's say you don't go Discord, you don't go like all the origami forums, you're just doing origami alone. I don't think it's fun. You know, at least
no
they show you purpose, you know.
Yeah.
And then you want to show off your models, you want to join competition, you want to like spam the memes channel, right? So yeah, without the community, I think it's the people who doing origami on their own. I think it's like not in the good zone. Even though I'm a introvert, right? But really good to have friends to discuss.
And yeah, that's a lot of how origami people when they start, they're always alone, right? And the probability in the population, like Jason mentioned, is like less than 1% would like origami. It's not like sports, you know, like wow, something very exciting or whatever. So the probability that you find friends at the start when you're alone, wow, I think that one was the hardest part also.
Not to say the probability of finding girlfriend with origami. I think that's like minuscular, like very granular. So I did an experiment before, just for fun, right? Just for fun. So I put I created like some dating app before I'm with my current wife, right? Tried to put myself, but with the photo, just my photo, and the photo with origami. The photo with origami gives zero connection at all. Right? So it's like, so yeah, for guys, if you want to use origami, it's quite hard to find girlfriend. Maybe maybe you can find some in the maker's place, you know. But that itself, I mean, like you see in origami, how many I mean, ladies in the origami?
The probability a lot lesser, right? Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, the probability is a lot lesser.
Could you tell us about the convention experience in Japan and Indonesia?
Okay, yeah, I have been in the convention for Indonesia and Japan. I think my first convention is in the Indonesia. It was the first Indonesia origami convention too.
Oh, okay.
It's quite fun, you know. You meet people that you never met before. You talk to them. You teach them. You feel fulfilled. Then they solve for you. During the first Indonesia convention, can you imagine, like, do you know Dios William?
Yes.
So he was in my class when I teach about designing origami.
Nice,
Then like because I know him, he was the one of the Indonesian top programming Olympiad during because I was in the computing Olympiad also, but I don't win anything like.
Also ran.
But I got to the national competition, but I know his name. He was in the competition, in the same competition as I am. Then meeting again the origami.
Yeah, what are the odds?
It's like, yeah, what are the odds? It's very interesting. Yeah, you meet a lot of interesting people. Can you imagine, like, one of my friends in the Indonesian convention is like Mr. Haryono. So he's the one teaching me how to play jazz keyboard. I know he is teaching music, so during COVID I want to learn something, so we did a video call. I learned jazz from him. Yeah, the population for Indonesian group is mostly female ladies, which is interesting because if you see other convention, I think you see mostly young males who are competitive. So it's more walk around, touring around, walking, trying like eat some food there, here and there. But one of the happy moments is that I'm able to guide Francis to go there before, right, with Nikhil. So three of us, we wandered from Singapore.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you all went together. Okay.
Yeah. He actually pushed me. Hey, I go with you. Oh, okay. Then it's very kind that Miss Linda is the leader of the Indonesia Origami Association. Give us the accommodation there.
Okay.
So it was very interesting bringing Francis, and I became a translator during the event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he brings a lot of inspiration to people there. You know, you see right now Indonesia is really big with the snowflake origami. You know, the Mr. Usman Rosidi, he did a lot of snowflakes. I mean, like let's say ninja star, but it's folded from egg origami that forms a very cool mandala. Yeah, I think he give a lot of he inspired a lot of Indonesian people.
Francis.
Right? Yeah. And when you, let's say, feel dry out for origami, join convention, you'll be very
reinvigorated.
You will, okay, it's either you feel inferior and then you want to fold more, or you are inspired by someone and you fold more, or you learn more and you fold more. Right? That's the good thing of convention. For the Japan convention, I was flying there. I asked them, hey, can I display my origami? They allow me. So not bad for your portfolio, right? Okay, discuss. Yeah. But the good thing is like you meet the one who inspires you at the first place. Luckily I met Chuya and Kamiya there, taking photos with them, and then asking Kamiya to sign my origami book. That's a must, right? Sadly, not many people speak English there, so my friend mostly like those who are able to speak English. Yeah, I met Matthew before he posted his face online.
Matthew Wong Chai from Hong Kong.
Yes, he's a nice guy. Yeah, you should go there, but I think it's better if you go there with friends. I go there alone. Like during the convention, I go there alone, so I'm not able to discuss a lot. But there's something about Japanese folding that's really cool. So if you go there, really take a close look to the models that they have designed. It will inspire you a lot, I would say.
You were also recently in a TV interview in Indonesia talking about origami. How did this came about?
Yeah, the first one came during 2.5 years ago. One of the channel contacted me. Hey, you want to show on the television? Then I teach them a Santa Claus. But I think it's a little bit too hard. Some of them cannot follow.
Oh dear.
Then I learned there. Oh, okay, I know that. The worst case, right? Santa Claus is red and white or green and white. They bring one color paper.
Oh, okay.
So they contacted me again, I think 1 year ago. So I explained to them, hey, I need 2 pieces of paper. Then during the class, I only teach the guinea pig, which also in my YouTube channel. And most they are able to follow it and looks fun. It's just for fun, actually, I would say. I think if let's say you think of you'll get a lot of followers from there, I don't think so. I don't get many followers from Showma TV. I think I just take it as a practice of public speaking. Yeah, it's also one part of achievement in life, I think. Sure. It shows television, right?
Yeah, so because of all of this engagement, so you're very well respected in the social media space in origami, having won Discord competition multiple times. Origami.me also featured a lot of your work, okay, having diagrams accepted into Tantedan several times. Tadashi Mori did a video of your tank model. So what advice would you give to young folders who aspire to be just like yourself?
So I don't think I'm that respected. I'm just a regular folder there.
You're very humble.
Yeah, being on Tantedan, I mean, if you never try, then try it lah. Practically, I mean, you can do it. I mean, just choose. Okay, I give you one tips, right? If you want to go next, if you want to publish on Tantedan, design home furnitures or utensils like
Home items are home.
yeah,
Okay.
that's easy to design, easy to diagram, and highly accepted because not many people submitting the same stuff. That's how I first get into accepted in Thailand. I'm making a chef knife.
Knife, yes, I remember that.
Right.
Yes.
Before I submit my skateboard and stuff, not accepted. So the knife wasn't accepted.
Oh, okay. So the skateboard wasn't accepted, and then recently was this crab.
Yes.
Yes. So the knife and the crab.
And also the whale. Yeah, the whale, I think the looks is not that nice. So that's why not many people fold it. There's one thing about the whale that I want to explain, that it's the first time I know that, oh, you can squash unseen and stuff. You can play around with the 22.5 degree polygon. So you know that, oh, let's say if the hind tail, the back tail is too far behind, you can swivel, unseen, to move it forward. So that's changed a lot in the way I design. A few models after that, I used that method to adjust a lot of stuff of my origami. And with adjusting that, you're also adjusting your CP to look scary.
Yeah, I remember you said what, actually you don't have a fin and you just pull out something, then it becomes a fin already.
Yes, correct.
Not planned for it.
If it's theoretically possible, it's possible, guys. Maybe I explain also about Tadashi Mori. I think last time there's not many 22.5 models.
Okay.
That is like quite complex.
Okay.
So if you see my battle tank, so the one that is on Tadashi Mori channel is a battle tank. You see the CP is quite scary lah. and yeah, I was in a good communication with Tadashi Mori during that time. So he asked me if I can help him to make the photo diagram for that model. So I helped him to make photographs. Then he followed it, which is quite interesting. The advice there about Tadashi Mori case is like, I think it's mainly luck because I started earlier where there are not many resources. So when you design something that's even in the current today's standard it's not good, people still take a look into that. What I see a lot of times, right, is people are scared to go to the next step. First, you understand all the folding steps. Understand seeing, unseen, plate, cream and stuff, all those, right? Because if not, you cannot fold other people's stuff. And then second is understanding about paper selection and paper size. I see so many people like who are not bad in the terms of folding, but he always use, let's say,
Small bit.
35 cm for Bahamut maybe, right?
Oh dear.
Or Ancient Dragon. It's like the problem is you don't learn much about detailing your models. There, you most likely it's just a crumble stuff lah, right? So that's the second milestone of origami folder. Then the third one is depends if you want to be a good folder or a designer. So there is a parallel, right? One is about using MC. If you don't have MC, use PVA glue. It's impossible to not find any PVA glue in your place. You can see this dragon is not using MC at all. Right? This the spike wyvern is folded from shadow fold with glue only.
Okay, so you dilute the glue, you put it on the paper.
Yes, you're right. As a result, it's very flimsy now, you see. So that's if you want to be a good folder, right? Then if you want to be a designer, learn about CP. Also for the folder, if you want to fold like complex stuff like, what is it, resin?
Oh.
Yeah. One misconception about CP is that you need to fold the entirety of it. For me, if I, let's say, oh, I know this part is going to be hard, then I just cut the CP into a square that is focusing on that part only, and then finding the reference and then try to fold from there only. So you know you have a sample there, so when you fold it from the bigger piece of paper, you know the final result. You can just follow from there. So that's the best advice if you want to approach complex CP. And you should try it lah. I mean, you should fail many times. I remember when I tried to do Kamiya lobster, I folding a wrong number of grids. No, I folded 92 grids, which is correct. Then I count wrongly. I thought it's a 80 something. Then I cut the paper. Then after I cut again, then I think, oh, if I not cut, it's the correct one. Yeah, so that's the only Biotop 70 cm that I have during that time. Then I never folded the piece again. Yeah, so there's a learning CP. Then if you want to learn design, you need to know the concept of, let's say, the circle packing. Just know the basic, and then or learning about polygons, like the one from Origamics. Then try to design anything. You can start from free folding or you can do a plan beforehand. But free folding, I like it a lot because I can see how I've changed from the way I free fold before and even today. Previously, I do mostly like you do a half 22.5, then you do a lot of gridding inside. Right now, I can mix 22.5 with 30 degree. So it's a diagonal plate with 30 degree plus 22.5. That's what I do. So have an idea in mind what you want to try, then try it out. Or if you want to design something, just design the head or even the nose. You know, if
or the butt, right?
Yeah, just design certain part, then you graph it outside. And that's about designing. There are many things about designing. About the folding, back to the folding. Once you know about how to MC, learn photography. If you can say origami competition, how to win that, 60% comes from photography. Think it in the intuitive way, right? As a viewer, we want to see the feature. So when you take the photo, you need to show the feature. At least the one that you brought the most. If you make butterflies, show the wings. If you take a photo from the side and you cannot see the wings, right, it's a wasted. And your design should be focused on the wings. For butterfly, for example. Yeah, learn about the right angle so that it's easier for people to see the details. As you can see, my models, I don't take photo outside one. It's just like very plain white. Currently, right? It's just to see and to let the people focus on the texture of the paper and stuff. Learning about different papers also is good. Different treatment to that. Then with that, the final one is maybe learn about posing your stuff or learn about using wire. This alpaca is using wire inside, so that's why you see there's slight lines here, but can hold standing for years. That's the best. Learn about exhibition. Well, I think there are many things that you can do with origami. Design, when you say design, split 22.5, 30 degree design tessellation, do other things. Yeah, there are so many steps. Another big advice that I really recommend young designers to do is ask for advices. Just putting your design there does not work. You see in the Discord channel or anything, people just comment what. Sometimes say, oh, very good, right? Sometimes people good enough to give explanation, but sometimes in a sarcastic way, you know. Oh, the legs is too small, this one, which is also actually a good feedback compared to oh so nice. When everyone says nice, you will not improve that much. And that's actually the thing that I see from young people. I think some of them in Indonesia, no, so around the world, some prodigy, the parents knows that the kids is very good, and then because the kids is getting used to say, oh, it's really nice, they don't know the higher standard, then they don't go with the high standard. Right. What you can do now, take a look into some of your design. Really take a look into the models, right? Then say what you can improve on it. And then you design again from scratch. You can improve your stuff, anything. Even though with the same CP, you can improve the way you fold it. if you, they say there's so many creases here, then try to prevent it. Designer usually have a bias, so when we take our photo, we think it's nice, but it's actually not. That's what happened to me when I was just started, right? But when you really compare that to the really professional this fourth one, you can really see how far we are behind and how many things to learn. Let's take that. So how many things that you can actually learn and improve.
So that's like how you win your Discord competition.
I'm not really sure. Just doing it for fun. I'm not really aiming for winning. Oh yeah, I forgot about the asking advice. You can give me a chat, origami fan, in my Discord chat or email, Instagram, any channel. You can just slap your design if you want to be burned. And I say objectively, if it's nice, then I say it's nice. Then how you can improve.
Yes.
You can also show the CP is okay. I will not expose it. Then I can explain. Hey, this part sucks. I think people need that kind of figure in origami.
Yes.
Not many that kind of figure. If you see, let's say, musical, I think there are a lot of people can comment. But origami, there are not many. So yeah, I think it can help in terms
To
of
help
that.
the discipline to grow, right?
Yeah, so that's why right now, when the, let's say, like the prodigy kid comes to me, then I just say blatantly lah.
Okay.
Oh, no shaping. Most of the people don't go for wet folding with MC.
Okay.
And that's the one that's usually tell them. I teach them also sometimes.
You have a talent for, self-teaching very new foreign topics like all this 22.5, 30, 60, 15. Okay. How do you do all this like so naturally?
It comes down to the way I doing origami. I do a lot of free fold, and when I free fold, I have sometimes no plan at all. Maybe I want to start with preliminary folding. Maybe I want to start other things. Oh, what if I make Tasmanian devil head? Or what if I make stuff? So I follow my instinct. Then with that, I have a very strong intuition in designing origami. I recently designed a banshee, right?
Okay, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, the final fold actually comes down to gut instinct. So the finger is not a regular box split. It's like here and there, one finger here, one finger there. But I just believe that this can form 5 fingers.
Okay.
And also this dragon, right? It's only folded when the diagram is on step 200, I think. The final this dragon is finished when the diagram, I already diagrammed on step 20 something. Because my intuitive says that I can do this already. Just go with it. So most of my fold, right, is once I know the CP, once I'm confident in my CP, I just fold it straight away. The way I fold, very bad draft, better draft with detail, then just straight away folding it. It's not like folding the same models many times that you see, like I think Mr. Ronald do that. For me, it's just that. Yeah, then you learn more. And then on top of that, if I want to diagram, I care so much about the user experience.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, that's also what I learned from game design. At least it's not wasted. So for this scrap, the folding, the first time I free fold, it's already look like this. Maybe don't have the face. I just add the face later on. Have spare parts there, just a bit. But the way I diagram it is very different from the way I fold in the first time. I try to find the best way possible so that it does not have a lot of creases here, and also fun to fold. And accidentally, you don't need to flip the paper at all to fold this, right? So I follow it, play with that flow. Yeah, sometimes innovation in origami can go with the diagramming. You don't need to using new method, but the way you diagram it also matters a lot.
So could you show us how do you do all this design in your various angles?
Okay, so right now it's a theory time. So for those of you who never design at all, when you design, maybe we use a giraffe, for example, right? So the length, the head is longer than the leg, and then the body is quite short.
Yes, okay.
Right. How the box split explain it that you count in units. Maybe the head take 3 parts. And then the leg is 2 parts, and then the body is 1 part. So I give an example here, right? So maybe something like this, right? This is how you do box split, right? Yeah. The way the flap forms by each part, it usually look like this. So this is 1 part, this is 2 part, and then 3 part. So this is 3 part for the head. Sometimes, so this is the example that you do, right? When you work with 20.5, the way you think of adding additional part behind should change. Now you can take a more, you can care more about the proportion. So maybe let's say, okay, so this is 22.5 angle, right? You can play around a lot with this. You can just add one unit like what you do to the box split, right? But you can also add additional layer. Maybe I want to add here, so it becomes a different shape. So it's more like sculpting and drawing. So I want to sculpt like this, or maybe here I want to add a little bit more. With this maybe 45-degree angle, and this is maybe 22.5, and then maybe I want to have something like this. So you have a more generic shape here. So this is what we usually want to do with 22.5. We want to make a flat that's more generic. That's why it's more suitable for memos, right? You can see a lot of memos using it.
Okay.
Yeah. Similar method is used for 15 and 30 degrees. It's just that 30 degree is actually half box split and half 22.5. I would say.
30 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting like that. But 15 degrees is very chaotic because imagine there are so many lines like making a flat, right? And then you want to connect this to somewhere. It's very difficult.
Too many lines going out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see from, for example, the Hideo Komatsu giraffe, you can see all the lines need to go somewhere. That makes it difficult to design 15 degree. The way we think for 22.5 is the proportion. Proportion wise, imagine you have a Lego block. That is 1 by 1 unit, and also 1 by square root 2, also square root 2 by square root 2. So you can play around something like that. Oh, yeah. So, for example, you have this maybe square root 2 plus 1 and 1 maybe, and you also have another box here. So this is the by ratio. This is square root 2 by square root 2, right? Okay, and this is the square, maybe 1 by 1, and this is another list. So this is actually how we design by with 22.5. Let's say I want to graph a little bit more, so I can change this one into square root 2. So this will expand a little bit, and you have bigger graph. So it suits to what you need, right? You can play around with the proportion. You can 1 into square root 2 or square root 2 plus 1, or it becomes 2. It can be any number. That is maybe square root 2 and 1. Multiply by it. And that becomes the reference point for your design. The good thing of this usually, it's always it can be connected by a simple, let's say, polygon. Let's say bird base put in the middle, and then usually this one can meet with the 22.5 line. So that's the benefit of using 22.5 design. Yeah, maybe you are confused now, but try it out. Freefold, try it out, then you learn. No, yeah, this is how you do it.
So you're just adding like boxes together that are in multiples of 1 and root 2.
Yeah.
So and then based on origami rules and all that, all the creases will match up and it's foldable as lines.
Yeah. And something like this, right? Because it's thick. So the thicker it is, the more space it needs. Just imagine like you do a level sheeting to this to the box split.
Okay.
Yeah, the thicker you want it to be, the more paper you need to prepare. Yeah, and it's usually harder to handle.
Okay, so next question. How did origami affect you in your life, doing so much origami?
Yeah, I think I explained a lot just now. I just realized, yeah, origami as a personal branding, it helps you. It's helped me to get a job, to get friends, to get connection, and to make me smarter, I think. Yeah, so when you are in the zone of like origami designing, what you do is always like you push your brain to think a lot, right? Then
thinking of solution.
Yeah, thinking of solution and stuff. You will become very analytical. So I would say the final result is the effort that you put in, either the mental effort or the folding effort you put there. You can always compare to other people. You can improve yourself. You get the sense of how to improve yourself with the origami. At least to me, right? Then it's also applicable to me when I'm doing work, maybe not related to origami. Yeah, origami also helped me a lot. Let's say in terms of like getting commission, getting to know people. I would say my internship also I got it from origami.
Oh, okay. How is it?
For game design. It's because I was helping the Indonesian community in Singapore to teach origami, and apparently the CEO having one of the sub company unit that is doing application, and they know I'm doing game design. Then I asked them, can I intern there? Then they accepted it.
Oh, okay. So mainly it's also about getting to know more people, push yourself, put yourself out there, know more people, then from people you know more opportunities and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. From that internship, it brings me to another internship. There's like competition, so it's a game design competition. I joined that because I was previously in a team with this internship guy, the first internship. From this competition, I won. My team won, and
nice.
it's
Congratulations.
the award name is the Ubisoft award.
Wow.
Then me and my friend form a company, game company, while I'm studying degree.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and when the game released, then I get the job because I released a game that's helped by origami. So yeah, it helped a lot actually. But again, like, it's not helpful that much in getting you a girlfriend or stuff.
Okay, so second last question. What kind of origami artist image would you like the origami community to see you as?
I just find the answer when I talk to you. I think I'm happy to be someone that judge your stuff and happy to make your stuff better.
He's the mentor.
Yeah, and I want to invent new things, the method of design. In origami, maybe writing out stuff about designing. And I think there's a good space in 50 and 30 degrees. Who knows, right after that maybe I can make more detailed 22.5 degree design, maybe.
Maybe like theory or the model.
Yeah, the theory. I think the model is on the second order. Of course, I will focus on making like enjoyable folding models. Then with that, you can digest the theory better. I think being the one that helped to teach the new method is a very cool space. Yeah.
So last question, you mentioned earlier that you are migrating to Melbourne to work. So anything you want to say to the Singapore origami community and also the Melbourne origami community?
I think I also want to say for Indonesian origami
Indonesia,
community,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, I'm being thankful, especially for both Singapore and Indonesia. They are very supportive. I learned a lot. There's not many chances for, let's say, when you are studying in university, there's not many chances for you to speak publicly. There are not many chances for you to express. There are not many chances for you to do a lot of things, unless you do your own, right? But that itself, there are not many exposure. But from Singapore origami community helped me to be humbler, learn from others, do better, join competition and stuff. From Indonesian community, I learned more to share, how to do design and stuff. But although I'm currently quite busy, so I don't being that active in the Indonesian origami community, I would say. But I'm very thankful to be on both community. Melbourne, interestingly, is like currently quite active in terms of origami because Michael Assis helped to organize a lot of events. So hopefully I have some time to join some of the events and learning things. You always learn many things in any community. There's always be a different dynamics. Like Indonesian community is like mostly 30 years old ladies and stuff. But Singapore, at least our group is mostly like competitive young male. So yeah, there's always a lot of things to learn.
Yeah, and with that we conclude the interview. Thank you, Ivan, once again for sharing your insights, letting your viewers pick your brains a little bit, get to know you a little bit better. All the best in your career and life in Australia, and do stay in touch.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.